Yeah, g'day, Tony from Bones Birds. Today I'm just going to show you, I'm making up some sail cages which we take to our local bird expo. So the birds go on these, and then they just more or less, once the customer picks them, they just walk out the door, so there's no having to transfer birds from boxes or anything like that. They just take the cage, off they go. So what this consists of is two pieces of aluminium for the front, the same size, one small piece across the bottom. So like I've already cut these up and I just got to cut them to length. They'll have one perch inside. My daughter prints these out for me. They're little sort of non-spill water dishes, 3D printed. And then I just glue them in the bottom. It has two pieces of ply, a bottom and a top one. Cut a hole out of the top, which is also a door and a skylight, which has my logo on it. It has PVC coated black wire to make it easy to see, and I always try to put the white on the inside so that it's nice and sort of lit up inside. And it's just one piece of aluminium right around the outside, which I router, which I'm going to show you, and then it folds up. So I'm going to sort of make one up to the shell part without the wire and that, just so you can have a look. Okay, so get that out of the road. I have made a jig which is screwed to the table. It's just a piece of whiteboard, and then in the corner it just has a piece of aluminium which I've made into a right angle. I have aluminium that I've already cut to size. Some are black on the back, some are white, and I just have the white obviously on the inside. So it just goes in the corner of that nice and tight. I've made this little jig so it folds, so the router runs across this edge, and that gives me the exact measurement, and it also runs across this edge once I've, firstly that one, then I fold it up on that one. So it just goes in, it fits nice and tight. Push it in there, so it's all good, nice and flush across the front. Trusty router. Okay, so that just gets pulled out, and then that's what I have. So it still has a protective coating plastic on there, obviously a lot of mess, and you can see on the back, you can just see the folds are starting to come in. So you really want to only fold this once when you want to fold it around the timber, otherwise a couple of times and it breaks. So I'll just put that one aside. Here's one I did just before that. So I've already pulled the plastic off the inside. I'll quickly pull off the plastic on the back. Now you might be able to see the folds a bit better maybe. If I can find the right. Anyway, so I put it on there, just get the brush and then clean out the joints to get rid of all of the filings that are left from the router. So that way it won't bind when I go to fold it up. Alrighty. So there's a top. It's just a matter of putting it in there. Moving this down. Once you've got the first couple of staples in there, much easier to hold. Okay, so there's the top all stapled in. For the bottom. Same thing, bit annoying when you're just getting that first one together, first staple. Once you get that though, it can start to come together. Try and get it comfortable. Okay, so quick as that. Well, up to that stage, so I would now have to go and cut the wire, which I'm not going to do because it's going to take too long. But the wire would get stapled on. These go down the edge, down like that. Just gets cut to length in the middle, which I have. Obviously, that's white, so I can write on with a whiteboard marker, and it's easily cleaned off. The price of the birds, what they are, and then the water dish would get glued right there in the corner, and then the piece of perspex. So obviously that's still got the paper on it, the protective coating. So that would be the lid with 2 screws, and also the skylight. And then I have made up a Bones Birds template. And then I put that over just to hold it down, put it on top of the perspex when the paper's off, and then I spray it, and then that gives me my logo on the top of the boxes, so when the people are walking around, it's got my logo getting around, so everyone knows where they come from. So I'll just give you a look at what else. So over here is, you can see all of the tops and bottoms that I've already cut out, so they need to be sanded now. These are the last ones I need to router, and then you can see on that, I'm just going to turn the camera around. Okay, that's a bit better. So these ones also I've already routed, so I think I did about 120 or something. So you can see all the perches. There's a heaps of perches are already cut as well. There's heaps of these for the fronts, and then the little ones for the front as well, the side. And that's my template for the wire, which I'll cut out of the black PVC. There's a couple of the perspex there is cut. So I wouldn't say I've been slack, but I haven't done any videos for quite some time, and that's due to just trying to get my shed in some sort of ship shape. So this was just an absolute mess before, so I've just finished building that wall, and that now is my saw bench sort of wall. So that's where I cut all my aluminium for my carry boxes and my fly boxes and stuff that I make for the Bones Birds products. And then eventually as I go, I'll be adding more things on the walls, but for now that's sort of it's just to keep it nice and tidy. So the bench itself was like 7 meters long, and then I've made the saw bench so that it actually can be, like when I want to cut the 45s, I've made it so that goes around, takes all the stuff down into the bucket. Eventually I might add a vacuum to it, but for now. And then it's got my aluminium for my fly boxes and stuff up on top. And then I also, because this was a massive cluttered area before, still a work in progress, but I just finished building that massive cupboard there as well. Actually there's a heap of the sail cages I've already shot together, so they're all getting to the same stage, and then I'll put the wire on them all in one go, and then they're gonna go up in the top of the of that big cupboard up there. So this cupboard here is like 3.1 meters high, and I think it was 2.7 or something It might be 3 meters long. No, it must be 2.7, I think it was. So yeah, plenty of room to get a lot of stuff that was in here before, getting dust over it and everything. So now I can be starting to keep it cleaner. It makes it easier to clean out the shed once I've finished doing a project. So I've got a few fly boxes to do very soon. Just want to get these out of the road now. Anyway, putting chicks on sticks. Thanks for looking. Bye.